Yep. Here we are. And I tell you right now, man, there's weeks to go. This is that time of the season where, oh man, and everybody's paranoid. I'm overconfident. I keep telling people we will have us a new coach. I said, yes, Shanahan is on. I'm going around asking questions, scaring people to death. Like, listen, if Shanahan becomes a coach, what if he tells Trent or Jed, what if he tells Jed, you know I love you, man. You my man, 50 grand and all, but I got an OC in mind. I don't know if you'll appreciate it or not, but I'm thinking I want my daddy in here for my OC. Can you handle that? And Jed will probably, oh, well, I'm surprised with that choice. This is why I'm saying look for those little surprises to come in because now Kyle has Jed by the little shorty hairs, right? So anything he says, Jed pretty much has to sign the line. He can't say, well, no, I'm sorry, I can't tolerate that. So that's why I'm amused by the fact that everybody, I don't know, man, he hasn't signed yet. He'll sign, and Jed may even allow him to come over and play with his children and his wife and everything else because he can't make the mistake. he can't. Jed can't let this guy get away. There's nobody left. There's nobody for him to call up and say, "Can you please come and coach my team?" They won't be worth a damn. So I'm liking this situation. But anyway, hey, Jack is here, and Jack's got to go. He's out in Europe. He's got to go to bed. He's got an early day tomorrow. Hey, Jack, what time is it where you are anyway?
That's hilarious what you're saying, man. If his dad becomes the OC, we might as well put Rex Ryan at the DC player.
Or they're gonna, you know what? Or they're gonna put him in as some kind of advisory role. But his dad being involved is gonna keep Parag Marathe in line. You know what I mean? Because can you imagine Mike messing with that dude every day, walking down the hall, giving him Mike face? Like when he's sitting there talking smack.
It's hilarious, man. But you know what? I'm kind of with Tito as far as all these quarterbacks. I don't think they're a valid first round lock, especially at number 2. But the more and more I do look at Deshaun Kaiser, somebody like a Cam Newton, it is really intriguing. And if you do get something like that, then you hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
But, I got a feeling that Myles Garrett might fall to us, but I'm falling more and more in love with Jamal Adams. I think he's gonna be safety. He's gonna fucking do something on that line. He's gonna bring that intensity back to the Niners D. And if we do get him at 2, man, I'm not gonna be upset with that.
Yeah.
And like I said last time, I got you guys Sutton, bad motherfucker. Now Jack got you another bad motherfucker, and this guy might even be a badder motherfucker. His name is Quentin Flowers. Everybody, Quentin Flowers, and he's a quarterback for Southern Florida. I think after looking at tape on him, he might be a combination of a Michael Vick and a Russell Wilson. This motherfucker is bad. They're saying he's better than the Heisman Trophy winner and everything. So check out Quentin Flowers, a quarterback out there, because he's gonna be another bad motherfucker, Ronbo.
Okay, now the thing about Quentin Flowers. Now, if he's a combination of Vic and Russell, it kind of concerns me because I don't think that's what Kyle wants. I think he wants a guy more like Matty Ice that's going to stand back and then orchestrate from the pocket. I mean,
you're right. You're right. But if you could get that accuracy passing, I'm talking on stride. When somebody, like, if you could avoid so much pass rush the way he does, check him out first, and then still throw it on the move, or just avoid it and get it to your man on stride. That's fucking hard to find nowadays. And then
Wilson
also get that Michael Vick ability as well. So
Wilson does
see.
That well,
I'm saying
too.
Hopefully he gets invited to the combine because
there's only so many spots.
He's not getting that spotlight. But it's late out over here in Europe. I gotta go, but hey man, let's get it, baby. But Quentin Flowers, hopefully, I hope he gets in a 49er uniform, 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. Shit. It's all good, baby. All right.
That late,
and then,
maybe.
If his dad becomes OC, we might as well get Rexy, baby. Sexy Rexy. All right.
All right.
Your boy Jack's out, baby. All right. We're gonna talk soon, Ronbo.
All right. Good night, Jack.
Yeah.
It looks like the Colts hired Chris Ballard, that Kansas City guy. The one that said no to us,
and that he was not available. Like he was so satisfied for being in Kansas City. I can't go, man. I love it here. Yeah, working for Indy.
He's so full of shit,
I
man. He
know,
just
and
pissed me off too.
they
But
all
I'm,
are.
I'm okay with that. If I don't want nobody that wants to be here,
Hmm.
I better have a happy team, a happy new office crew, than a sorry ass person that doesn't want to be here.
Yeah. And especially when it lied. Don't show me dishonesty. If you're gonna be dishonest and I don't know about it, I'm probably okay. But don't lie and say, "Oh no, I'm off balance." Kansas City people said, "No, you're not allowed to talk to him." And so, Chris told him, "Please tell him I'm not available." And then he leaves and goes to
Yeah.
Indy. So we wish Chris a lot of bad luck over in Indy, and that his team fails miserably. Tito, I got a theory I want to run by you too, man.
Huh?
I have a theory I want to test on you.
Go
Now,
for it.
I think the Browns are gonna take Deshaun Watson in the first round. They told Deshaun, we think you
Yo,
really should go and play in that Senior
do
Bowl. Now wait, let me finish. Here's a part of it.
do you remember? Do
Wait,
you
wait, 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 wait,
remember
Tito. I want to give
when
you the
you?
rest of my theory so you can really get into
Oh,
it.
okay. Hold.
Now here's
Yeah,
the
go
thing.
ahead.
Now what they're gonna do is they're gonna go ahead and pick up Deshaun in the first round. They're already selling wolf cookies on why you should go ahead and get Garrett, so they can go ahead and get some trade picks, and they don't really want him anyway. But they'll take number one. They'll go ahead and take Deshaun, and they're hoping by that 12th pick, they're hoping to connect the Clemson duo. They're hoping that Mike Williams will still be available at 12, and then they will have picked up Deshaun, and they'll picked up Mike Clemson for the next 10 years.
Yo, that'd be some crazy ass shit. But you know what? You always got to think about this. There's another team, I forget which one, that do needs wide receivers help. You, I know the Jets needs a quarterback,
Yep.
but you
Keep
know
going.
what?
Keep going. You'll
If
see
they
what I
see a
mean.
big time wide receiver, they're gonna get him.
I'm telling you, man, the Jets, don't they have, they got, well, how many, they got pretty good wide receivers. Their priority now, the Jets are liable to pull another quarterback and set a new record for drafting quarterbacks. Well, this be the third or fourth year in a row? So,
Yeah.
so the Jets, and I went down in the Titans who got rid of Beckham Green last year.
They traded his ass.
Yeah,
I
see,
forget to who.
but yeah, well, it was I forget which team, but anyway,
Uh,
they are rumored to be going after Jamal Adams. Okay, now you keep on going down the list. Everybody else's needs are a little bit different. I looked at it, I says, look at that.
I swear to
I don't
God,
think
if they
anybody's going
get
to take
that,
Williams
that'd
before
be,
12
oh
because
my
then Williams
God.
isn't needed by any other team until they get to that 12th pick. There's the Browns. This is the plan. Somebody throw a wrench in on it. Don't let them get him. Don't let it happen. I do not want to see the
I'm
Clemson duo in
praying, man.
Cleveland, man.
But you know what? What about this? What about this little touche? What would happen? Okay, the Browns get that quarterback, and we got that Gary dude right there waiting for him. The San Francisco 49ers make a trade.
And trade back.
I will kick the damn TV
T-
off the
Tito, you
damn
better
thing.
stand outside to watch the TV through the window, man, because I'm telling you right now, the 49ers, if they don't pick up a quarterback with a pick 2, they're going to say, we've got so many holes to fill that this second round pick means, this number 2 pick means nothing to us. Let's pick up some added picks. And if we can, pick up a couple of picks in the second round and go from there. Because I want Myles Garrett. If you cannot get a quarterback in the first round and you think they're going to last in the second round, it could be Trubisky last in the second round too. Get me Garrett. Get me Foster. Get me Allen. Because we have been programmed through Trent Baalke to think all defense. But I kind of believe that through free agency, they're going to go for the defenders. And offense is going to be
you're
through
right.
the
You're
draft.
I'm kind of a little bit pissed off that the linebacker from the Browns signed a contract extension. He's 26 years old. I think he's 26. He's young.
Collins.
I was hoping that he became a free agent because the San Francisco 49ers, I was reading in the report, the 49ers will be going hard for him. The nose tackle or defensive tackle from Baltimore.
Williams.
He's young too. Yeah, he's young. It's one of the young guys.
Dontari Poe over in Kansas City. He may be too much price, but yeah.
Yeah, all these guys, believe it or not, they're under 20, under 26, either 26 down.
They're finishing
young.
They're finishing up their rookie contracts. That's where they are right now. They are hot as can be commodities. So they're going to ask for a lot of money, though, Tito, because they are in their 4th year, and this is their payday. How many people can we give a big payday to is the question.
my main thing is, okay, supposing Atlanta wins the Super Bowl, which in reality, I'm hoping they do.
I kind of think they will.
Really do. Just to stick it in New England, because I hate that damn team. And if they win, the offense is going to be shooting like crazy, and you're going to see a lot of free agents. The offense coordinator just destroyed New England. Yep. He's the head coach. He's running the play.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised people be knocking on the 49er doors for the first time in a long time.
Yes, indeed. And this is why it's impertinent. And let me tell you something right now. Tito, if you hold on just a second. I just want to make one more point to Tito.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing, Tito. Because now you have an offensive coordinator that offensive players, even guys like Alshon Jeffrey, may be interested. But here's the bottom line. Who's going to be your quarterback, Tito? Until they get that sorted out, free agents are going to be still saying, well, hell, they ain't got nobody to throw the ball, so we'll wait and see next season what they got to do. I'll sign a 1-year contract or something like that with somebody. But, Nick Foles, I mean, I was reading some things. Other people have got me convinced now. You do go with Nick Foles, but you got to draft another quarterback. But maybe you do, and that's where you get Kaiser, you get Trubisky, you get maybe Kaya, you get somebody in there, and let that kid train, because now you've got Shanahan, and you've got his boy LaFleur to come in there and train him up. Because if they can make RG3 into a good quarterback, and they can have Matty Ice, considered what could be the MVP this year, he wasn't last year, so it's got to be Kyle. He can mold these guys into great quarterbacks.
And the funny thing is, I'm kind of worried about with the Redskins if they franchise him too, because he said it straight up. He was signing it again.
Yeah.
But you know what? If he's a free agent, then I love Colin Kaepernick. I am a big fan, but it's time to either too many breaks. Enough is enough. But if we could sign him, I'm happy. If we still could keep Colin Kaepernick, if he just stay with us, doesn't opinion out of his contract for 1 more year, you got to remember, Kyle fixed RG3. Cousin over there too. All of a sudden, Matty Ice he was good quarterback,
but not like he is now.
But he came in, he made him better.
Yeah.
So it's going to be real interesting in that part.
Yeah.
Plus, he got the quarterback coach and somebody else, I forget, they're brothers. They're coming with him.
His name is
the 49ers.
His name is Matt LaFleur. Tito, let me let somebody in here. Let me go to Sean. Sean.
Is anybody there?
Yeah.
What happened?
That's Matt LaFleur. Yeah.
Secret, not to take anything away from Kyle Shanahan, because Kyle Shanahan's had to coach up Matt LaFleur too, but Matt LaFleur is that secret weapon that has really progressed with the quarterback. He hit the nail right on the head.
Yep. And I said, you know what? It's been LaFleur has been with the Shanahans, both his dad and Kyle, for the last 8 years, and he just doesn't get all the glory. But it may be him that's making magic with these quarterbacks. And a lot of it is, man. A lot of it is rapport, communication, and coaching. Yep.
Being able to teach. Exactly. If you could establish that rapport, establish that trust, then that guy is willing to listen to you. And I think Matt LaFleur is that guy who knows how to communicate with guys, who knows how to build that rapport. And with that, even though he might not be the greatest teacher, but the guys are going to be willing to listen. They probably can come together as two minds to make something happen.
Mm-hmm. And Sean, wouldn't you seeing the reputation that he apparently has, if you're a new incoming quarterback, aren't you going to be listening closely? Aren't you going to take him seriously? This is the big advantage the 49ers have. It's just like Tito pointed out, if indeed Kyle Shanahan goes in and whips the almighty Belichick Patriots in the Super Bowl, do you know the integrity he will be building on that day?
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And
man, I'd be happy as hell.
The thing that is going to get us through the NFC West is having a high power offense, man. We need a high power. Yes, we need defensive players. Yes, and you heard me from the beginning. We need Reuben Foster. We need this guy. We need that guy. But the defenses in the NFC West, they seem to be struggling right now. So if we can come through with put some major points on the board and make these guys play catch up and keep them on their heels, man, I think we'll be in good shape. But I would love to have a stout defense, but we got to put some points on the board. This shit of 17 points, 21 points, getting lucky with maybe 23, 24 points. That's just not cutting it in this division. We got to put some major heavy points on the board.
And Sean, think about this for a minute. The defense does not need that much added to it. The defense needs some help. It needs a nose tackle. It needs another outside linebacker. The secondary is not that poor. You fix that front line defense, and the secondary all of a sudden gets really good. The offense, it's like they're still pouring concrete and laying the steel down on the ground. See, that's where all the work is involved right there,
No doubt. I was watching. I know we got Eric Rodgers that hopefully might be coming back to show us something this year, and then Torrey Smith. He might be an asset. I'm not crazy about him now, but let's see what happens next year if he stays with us. But I was watching this kid Josh Reynolds. Man, that kid's a beast. He's like 4. He's lanky. He can go up and get the ball. That's intriguing. He might. I'm not sure, but he just might be around in the early second round.
Yeah. And if he's not, Corey Davis will be around in the second round from what it looks like right now. And it's only because according to needs teams have that they're going to go for. And they're grabbing the top player in the draft. So Corey Davis, look at some footage on him. You will not believe the size and athleticism and the route running. That dude is razor sharp.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of footage on him, but it all depends on what we're gonna do at number 2. Yeah, it really all depends on what we're gonna do at number 2. I mean, I'm skeptical about if they go quarterback Trubisky or Kaiser or Watson or any of these other guys, but I'm a little skeptical, man. Number two is a thin line between love and hate at this point. That can make us or break us. It's a lot of pressure at number 2. People are like, yes, we got a top 5 or top 4 or top 3 or whatever it may be. Yeah. But man, that's a lot of pressure picking the right guy at number 2.
It absolutely is. Who do we pick at number? Who do we pick at number 2 this last season?
We picked Joshua Garnett.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking, has anybody forgotten yet? Yeah, it was Garnett. We traded up for him. Wait a minute. We picked up Garnett in the first round.
No, he was Joshua Garnett was the second first round pick we got.
Yeah, I just realized we picked up Garnett in the first. Who did we pick up in the?
Yeah, we pick up your boy, man.
Did we lose?
Boy, remember? Think about it.
No. Did we lose our second round pick?
No, we traded. We traded to get Joshua Garnett.
We traded up to get Garnett, but we only traded up so Seattle wouldn't get Garnett.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why we got Garnett.
I know, but I'm saying we didn't have. We had 2 first round picks, but not a second round pick. Who did we pick up in the third round?
In the third round, we picked up. I want to say.
Give you a hint. He had an ACL problem.
What was his name?
Damn, what's his name?
It's at the tip of my tongue. I want to say our third round pick. Was it that cornerback? What was that cornerback?
Will Redmond.
Yeah, Redmond. Him.
We picked up Redmond in the third, and in the fourth round is when you picked up my boy, Robinson.
Yeah. Robinson.
Yeah. Robinson was in the fourth round, went Redmond in the third round, and Redmond pans out. This is why I keep telling people there is no need to waste a pick on cornerbacks. We have plenty.
I don't want to.
And some of them are kind of high quality. They just need a front line. But Jamal Adams does look good. I realize that. And there's a couple other guys too, but you don't need to bother with that. We need an outside linebacker and a nose tackle. Just my opinion on that one.
I think in reality that if we just settle, if we get the key free agent to fix our defense and maybe sign some receivers too. In reality, if we fix up our defense, get a nose tackle, get a linebacker, maybe another linebacker, put it like that.
Well,
then we got the thing set.
Yeah, Tito.
Let me.
The thing is, let me Sean finish. He hasn't finished up. Sean, go ahead and finish up your point there.
Yeah. Well, pretty much, I pretty much made my point, man. I really did. You know, it's the number 2 is what's gonna set the dominoes on where they fall.
Yeah.
It depends if we go receiver, if we go quarterback, if we pick up a free agent. and then what are we going to do at number 2? Like I say, it's and what we do in free agency in a number 2 spot is going to make all the difference. It really is, man. Then once we decide who we get at number 2, and then let the dominoes fall where they may.
You know, I had a feeling you would use that too. John, let me ask you this though, and this is just to mess with anybody. You know, every year Trent always came away making a fool out of at least a couple of GMs by getting added picks. Do you think whomever we get will still have that talent for coming away with more picks than he came into the game with? I'm a little concerned with that. This is one of the things I did appreciate about Trent is his ability to collect draft picks. What do you think? I mean, are we going to miss that?
You know what? Look, it really didn't pan out for us.
Yeah,
we had all
true.
these fucking extra picks. You know, it's right now it's quality over quantity.
Yeah.
That's what it is right now.
Yeah.
Right now it's quality over quantity. I don't want to see somebody come in there and fucking try and trade for a bunch of picks. We need fucking quality right now. That shit, yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was a great thing that he did. But, I mean, fuck, did it really pan out? That made him look even fucking worse. He had all these extra picks and didn't do shit.
A lot of wasted picks. That's true.
Shit.
Good point. Yeah, okay. You know, all right. Sean, okay, then Sean, let me move to Norm. Norm.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, man? I don't want my fan to, I had the light on in the room. I don't want this fan to be, bring up no distortion, so I kind of muted myself. But what's up, y'all?
What's going on, man?
Norm, good day, man. I haven't talked to you in such a long time.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while because I've been, I was putting up videos. Like, I've been focused on just really improving my life in many aspects and still keeping it to my channel.
Yeah.
You know, because this year, even though it was the year it was, I was not going to, I talked a lot of smack at the beginning of the year, and I was going to keep doing it the whole season. You know.
You and me both.
But even during the playoffs, I'm getting my revenge from all the smack talk that was done to me this season.
Don't you love it?
You know, just all the stuff that I had to put up with. But anyway, I'm looking at
Raider fans.
Kyle Shanahan. I'm looking at Kyle Shanahan at work. He is the Atlanta Falcons. And that's what I'm like. People are looking at me like, oh, you're just hating on, you're just rooting for the Falcons because they're beating all your. I'm like, no, I'm rooting for Kyle Shanahan because he is the future of what we have to look forward to.
Damn right.
And I heard Peter saying it, and I was thinking just how he was talking about this offense and how they have disintegrated the boom. You know what I'm saying? And how not only are they disintegrating the boom, but these defenses that we have to put up with all season long are going to be in trouble. That's with Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Ask the Hawks.
Now,
they don't want nothing to do with Kyle.
Yeah. Oh, not just the Hawks, all of them.
Yeah.
The sheep and the finches and the parakeets. Gotta, you know.
Parakeets.
That's funny.
I gotta remember that with the parakeets.
That was good, man. That was
That's
a good one. I gotta admit it.
The Arizona parakeets. That's cool.
And the lamb chops.
Yeah.
And the lamb chops, you know what I'm saying? They gotta deal with that.
Man.
It's gonna be ugly for them, you know.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, just thinking about what we need in this draft, what we need in this offseason, this free agency with the $85 million, possibly $100 million.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? I'm looking at Kyle Shanahan's offense. He can use Kaepernick in that offense. I don't see why people are saying trying to cancel him out yet, because Kyle Shanahan just might look at Kaepernick. I've seen Matt Ryan roll out and run for a touchdown or two. So Kyle Shanahan might need a Kaepernick. And he's got Kaepernick already in the office.
And you know, the only
is he not going to look?
The only thing about that is
he's not going to look at him and see his film and be like, okay, he can roll out, he can run for a couple touchdowns or two. But we need the right people around him to do it.
Norm, what about the thing is Shanahan left Washington because the owner insisted that they play RG3. You knew about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's RG3 though.
Yeah, Mike
that's
Shanahan.
RG3 though. That's not Colin Kaepernick.
True, but did you hear about Mike Shanahan? Mike Shanahan last year came in, and there was a deal on the table until Mike says, I will have to get another quarterback. And the 49ers last year really did want to start Colin Kaepernick. So I have a feeling there's something going on with Shanahan's and Colin Kaepernick. It could be a rumor though. So I just don't see that.
But Colin Kaepernick, he put up enough numbers. He put up enough numbers as a player to has clout in the NFL to where he can opt out and teams who are going to want to pick him up. Nobody's going to cancel him. I don't care how many knees he takes. Before, during, he could take a knee on every halftime show, and somebody will still pick him up.
Well, I don't know. I wish him luck on that though, because that's going to be that. I still think that's going to be a problem. There's some good old boys in the NFL that generally bitterly hate Cap, and I mean in Buffalo, he can't even. I don't even think Cap can drive through the city of Buffalo, New York. So it's going to be interesting.
But I bet you if Kaepernick was on the team and took Buffalo to the Super Bowl, they would burn all those We Hate Kaepernick jerseys up.
That's how people are, for sure. Yeah.
I bet you that.
Yeah.
So don't count on Kaepernick in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? If he ends up on the squad, he might just be that veteran presence that Kyle Shanahan needs to bring that quarterback in. Like he might be the just be the Drew Bledsoe that Tom Brady Jr. has to step behind.
Would that be special? You know, no, because Cap, you know what? I love Cap for I didn't know he had that kind of a heart. The things he's doing now are amazing. But the thing is,
Colin
socially,
Kaepernick is a part of 49ers history.
Oh, yeah.
Colin Kaepernick
number 3
he's a major piece in 49ers. He's a big face.
Number 3 quarterback of all time
in recent Niners history at being the third quarterback to be in the Super Bowl, even though I don't care if they say they lost or not. It wasn't his. It was Greg Roman that actually lost.
It's ranking too. It's ranking, Norm.
That's his
ranking. Cap actually has yardage and everything else. It's just that had Cap, he might have been the number 1 quarterback had he kept his momentum going from that Super Bowl year because his last 3 seasons have got no digits. But what if he would have kept that roll on? He could have actually been the number 1
game.
Yeah.
That was his 10th game in the league. Of course, he's gonna listen completely to the offensive coordinator and the coach exactly what to do. If he would have used the experience that he has now, like if he would have had that momentum he had against the LA Rams in Super Bowl 47, we would have won. I just want to let y'all know that. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. What I'm saying now is I'm looking at Kyle Shanahan and what type of quarterback he could use, and he's not. Don't shy away from him wanting to even at least consider using Colin Kaepernick just as that veteran presence on the field. When he picks up that new quarterback has somebody to look at for about this year or, just like that. Mm-hmm. And then who knows? We might Alex Smith Colin Kaepernick. And Kaepernick, he'll blow up somewhere like that.
But keep in mind, Norm, that he may want to leave. I don't know how many people he can go to, but he may want to leave.
He may want to go to Green Bay, and after Aaron Rodgers retires, you know what I'm saying?
Aren't they about the same age?
Go play for Green Bay.
How old is Aaron?
Aaron Rodgers he's about 35.
Is Aaron Rodgers 35?
I don't know
I thought he was younger.
He is, but he's mid-30s. Mid-30s. Because he's Alex Smith's age. Remember, they came in the same year.
Okay.
Don't mention that, man. Don't mention that. Please don't mention that. I'm still pissed off at that.
I'll mention it all. I'll mention Jim Tomsula in this conversation. Just because I love him so much.
Yeah. Jimmy T, I feel sorry for Jimmy T. Yeah, I agree.
But anyway, my thing is we need to bring him back. That's another thing I'm going to say. Let's get Jimmy Tomsula back as the D-line coach.
That ain't going to happen. He signed with somebody else.
Yeah.
Did he?
Somebody else, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I would love to have Jimmy Tomsula back.
You know what? I think he already signed it with the Redskins. I'm going to note here. He already.
That's crazy.
He did?
All right. So what do we need in free agency if we're going to have a Kyle Shanahan offense? Who do we see the best pickups for in free agency and the draft?
Offensively, you're saying?
In all forms, because I'm looking at defense too. We need
defense.
Those linebacker spots.
Yeah, I got a problem with the offense as far as free agents, but the defense, there's all kinds of guys. I definitely want Williams out of from the Ravens if he's possible. I'd love to have Donatari Poe, but I think
DJ
he's going to stay with Kansas City.
DJ Swearinger.
Who?
DJ Swearinger. Pay him all the money you get. Pay DJ Swearinger right now. Bring him to the Niners. It's ugly.
Yeah, I know. I want to put him in the middle so bad. I'm telling you right now, Ian Williams is badass, but you put Donatari in there. Oh, between Buckner and Armstead. God.
Get Myles Garrett get Myles Garrett first round. Get a quarterback and get one of the one of them shining silver lining quarterbacks in the second and third round.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're saying quarterback or corner?
Quarterback.
A quarterback in the second round, yeah. Because and everybody
Silver
says they'll
lining,
all be gone in the first
second and third.
round though, but
I'm
maybe.
telling you, get that silver lining second and third quarterback, put him behind Kaepernick for a year. I guarantee you, we'll have somebody.
Yeah, well, that's the same. If Cap is still on the squad, I tell you, there's a lot of conversation about that not being possible. If he is, because I got a feeling that the clean slate thing is going to appeal to these people. I don't know. You know, if you were a new coach, Norm, going to another team,
Nope.
you think
Nope.
you'd stay with the
I'm
quarterback
not.
in there. Try to remove
Kyle
yourself from
Shanahan
your
is-
bias for just a
Kyle
moment.
Shanahan is the man.
I'm just saying, try to
At
remove
least.
yourself from the bias for just a moment. And you're coming in, it's your team. I'm hiring Norm. You are the man. You come in, you take a look at everything, and what are you going to keep? You're going to keep this from the last regime, or you're going to say, I need to bring in some new stuff. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna look at what I have.
Yeah.
What is on the roster right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what to pick out. Okay,
Yeah.
who's good? Who's hot? Okay, he's hot. Keep him. Okay, he's all right. He could be built up. Keep him.
Yeah.
Okay, all these cancers gotta go. Boom.
Yeah. Yep.
Every cancer inside and out gotta go.
And there's some
And
guys who were in the
I'm gonna
locker
look
room
at
that were
what's
that way
available.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna look at what's available in the draft and in the free agency. Use all my pull to make that happen.
No, yeah. Because I remember now, they're going to look at records. They're not going to look at whose fault it was or anything. But poor Collins won 11 games in 3 years. That's a stifling, scary stat. And and if you're an intelligent man, you'll look at all the reasons why that may be. But I'm just wondering if they will. They should, and at least call him in for a look, and then see what happens from there. Because he may be improved by then. He's
Right.
got to have a presence in the pocket, though. He's got to show that to Kyle. I know that's going to be important to him. Because if you can't hit accurate shots and consistently, there's no place for you in Kyle
But
Shanahan's offense.
So if you look at Pro Football Focus, right, Colin Kaepernick's QBR is actually a lot higher than most people perceive. It's actually up
In
there
the
as
60s.
far as the top 15, or as far as quarterback QBs, right over Derek Carr and Andy Dalton, and their pocket passes, but Colin Kaepernick's QBR is a lot higher than theirs, or actually it's a few points higher than theirs. So it's like, and he's actually his personal numbers, like especially this season, were actually a lot higher than people. His statistical figures actually rank higher amongst quarterbacks than people perceive. It's actually top 10 in a few areas, and top 5 in actually 1 or 2.
Man, I hope he gets a look. I mean,
His
at
touchdown
least
to
take a look.
interception ratio actually is amongst top 5.
It was
That's
an interesting
was
because
kind
this
of a
may have been
shocker.
Cap's best year for that too in a while. So Chip Kelly, God, Kelly did a lot for Cap this year. People don't give Kelly enough credit, but he brought Cap back out of the ditch and made him look formidable this year. So it's going to be interesting to see. Norm,
There's
good.
a whole bunch of garbage up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Norm,
just playing.
Norm, let me get Go Hard in there for a minute. Go Hard.
Go hard, go hard. What's going on?
What up, everybody?
Yeah.
All right.
Discussing the future, Go Hard. Is what could possibly be. And Go Hard.
Yeah,
Are we
yeah.
going to have to go through
Yeah.
growing pains in the next year? I mean, are we going to come up with another 4 or 5 win season? Or do you see more games being won?
I'm hoping for 8-8, but
That's not.
man, I don't see realistically. I don't see us getting to 8. Not this year.
8. Yeah, you're hoping for 8 and 8. Okay, so you're talking about
Yeah,
the
I'm
famous
hoping for
7 and 9.
Yeah, something in that realm.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and it's not that I don't have any confidence in the coach or anything. It's just me understanding that it's going to be a whole new squad again, and it's going to be a learning process again. And everybody's not going to basically get clicking until sometime middle of the season after the bye week. We'll probably see them at their full potential. God forbid any key injuries happen like this previous season. But
One after another. My God.
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, and
Shit,
that's
bad.
and that's one of my points that I wanted to bring up too. I think if a lot of these key injuries like Bowman, or our middle linebackers, both from Armstrong and Bowman,
Yeah.
you know, you got to put into factor that even though Lynch's weight problem and everything, he didn't start the season. You know, Armstead wasn't playing 100% healthy, and there's reports even coming out where Eli was saying he wasn't even healthy. He had a toe problem.
He looked like it too.
And you know, that's a big factor into being a rusher. You know, you got to have good feet. And you know, I don't really see our defense being that bad, or what it, at least what it looked like at the end of the season, coming into next season. And you know, from there, I got us only picking up. You know, I think it was Emilio who had brought it up a while back. That I don't really got us picking up too many people out of free agency. Like, you know, a lot of my fingers have been pointing towards well, because first off, you know, I got Glenn Dorsey and Tony Gerard Eddy walking in free agency. I don't got us picking those two dudes back up.
Yeah.
So my way to go was to pick up K'Wan Short out of Carolina. You know, in 2015, that dude led tackles in his position with 55 tackles. He led the whole league. And in this season, he matched that 55 tackles again, and he came second. I think it was with like 16 or 17 quarterback hits. So he's leading every defensive free agent right now, defensive tackle. He's leading all the free agents right now in stats. So he would be a main player to pick up. And my reason for picking him up is, you know, when Armstead or Buckner, I know Buckner will probably play majority of the snaps because he's good at running and pass rushing. But K'Wan Short would be the dude to come in and line up with Quentin Dial, whoever we get at nose tackle, which I'm assuming Ian Williams will be back.
Yeah, wait, whoa. No, what makes you think that? Because I really wish he would, but what makes you think that, Go Hard?
Well, going back to the very beginning of the season before it even started, I was following him on Instagram, and him and Quentin Dial, you know, were going back and forth, you know, talking about, like, you had no sense that he was injured. You know, they were talking about they're ready for the season. It was going to be a great season, and there was just no sense of him even being injured. Like, nobody even knew he had that problem. So, you know, I got it coming, you know, him coming back and at least trying out to get his spot back. I don't see why they wouldn't let him. You know, he was, the top 4 nose tackle in the league? Like,
yeah.
And he's still on a friendly contract. You know, he can come back if he wants. So I'm assuming he does come back.
Yeah, because he got
one of the veterans on that Niner squad.
Yeah, he got released.
You know, a lot of the young guys look up to him.
He got released, though.
Yeah, he got released. He got released, but they say it was only because it was a better deal than going on the IR. So
yeah, he got
what
released,
you're saying
but
kind of
wasn't it
makes sense.
something to where that he was welcome to come back and try out if he wanted to?
Yeah, because you notice nobody's talking about Ian Williams on the free agency market. So there's a lot of truth to what you're saying. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know. I'd love to see him back. I just thought it was just some other people said the percentages of returning to the 49ers is like real low, and I couldn't understand why they were saying that because the story around Ian Williams is very cloudy. It doesn't make any sense. You know?
Yeah, and you know, another thing that factors into that too is because when they picked up Ian Williams, he was a free agent. So that's my reason why I don't really think they're going to go after one of these big names like Dontari Poe or the guy from the Ravens, I believe.
Wallace.
I don't think they're really going to throw big money at them because in a 3, I got to stay in at a 3-4. Because in the 3-4, you know, those guys are only coming in and base in rundowns. They're not playing all 3 downs.
True.
So, you know, it doesn't really make sense to throw a lot of money at those guys.
Mm-hmm.
You could pick one of those guys up, you know, free agents. I mean, you know, after the draft or whatever, undrafted rookies or whatever, like Ian Williams was.
Yeah, if you can get lucky enough to get an Ian Williams. And there's not that many Ian Williams. The 49ers rolled the dice on that and got lucky. There's not a lot of top nose tackles in the league coming in through free agency or through undrafted picking. So, yeah. So we'll see. I'd love to see Williams back in the middle. I just didn't think it was going to be possible. That's why I'm looking at Williams and Poe. So anyway,
you know, no matter what nose tackle I think they put in there, I think our D line is going to be way more stout. You know, with that missing piece back in there.
Yeah.
But I also would like us to pick up a strong safety veteran, and the guy that I've been looking at, he's also leading all the free agents in his position and he only played 13 games, so he didn't play a full season, and he's leading all strong safeties with 6 interceptions. And you know, I think that's something that we were lacking in the backfield was a ball hawking safety.
Yep.
I really feel that Reed and Tart are similar to, you know, good
Style
run
play.
supporting safeties. I mean,
Yeah.
how many times did we see a ball go right through Eric Reed's hands or him drop
Don't remind me, Go Hard. Please don't remind me. Him and
So I think,
Antoine made, boy, that was the worst duo in the world at one point. God.
yeah, and I don't want to be too rude or cruel or mean or whatever the hell you consider it, but I don't know if all those concussions, are taking some kind of toll in his gameplay, because Eric Reed isn't the same player he was that rookie year. He got a lot bigger. He's putting the pound down. He's hitting a lot harder, but it's like he's not connecting. When them balls are coming around, it's not clicking.
He's got to be careful,
we
man.
need a ball hawk back there.
He's got to be careful, and I think he worries.
Also,
I think he's playing carefully.
And also, you got to have, positions like that. You got to have guys that have been in the league for a while and stuff. And, those are some of the free agents that I think we should target. And then offensively, top 10 offensive players right now coming through free agency market. You got the first guard coming off the board at number 8, and it's that dude, Kevin Zittler out of Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy was a first-round selection in 2012. All 4 seasons that he played, he started. He graded out above average as a run blocker and improved each year. And he was the only guard in 2015 with 500 or more pass block snaps with no sacks allowed.
Yeah.
So I got him coming in and replacing Zane Beatles and putting Beatles as that swing tackle, swing guard, backup, whoever, because he showed that he could be very versatile.
Yeah, Beatles are probably. You know what? I'm a big Bales fan, but if I look at the weak link on that line, it may be him. When Staley's at his best, you're probably right. But man, Bales, man, that dude, you can put him anywhere on that line you want to. He will give you above average results all the time. So we'll see. Because how old is Zane now? Is he 32?
You know what? I have no idea.
Yeah,
but I know he was drafted. I think it was 2011 too, or 2000. Yeah, I think it was 2011 actually.
Yeah. So there you go. He's got some game though. I do like him though. He's that smart kind of offensive liner. He may not overpower a guy, but he may run a dude clean off the field and out of a play. And I've seen him do that a few times. I says, you know what? That big monster came running in there. Zane just took that energy and kept his ass going right on past the play. That's what you do. If you can't outmuscle a guy, outthink his ass. And that's what Bales does do for you. That's what he brings to the game because he's got a lot of experience. I want to see.
He's a real intelligent player.
That's
and
why
the only re-signs that I got us picking up, Ronbo, is Sean Drone, Phil, Uncle Phil, Gerald Hodges, and Curly. Everybody else can walk.
Yeah, I tell you, the thing is, are there enough players available though to fill these voids? Because there's a lot of guys we're talking about could get go ahead and take a hike, So, yeah.
You know what? I thought about that though, Ronbo, and a lot of guys that were talking about taking a hike is guys like Nick Ballore, guys like Glenn Dorsey.
Yeah,
it's guys that basically we can fill their spots in the 5th, 6th round, 4th round compensatory picks. It's guys that are just coming out for special team kicks and punts and things of that nature. So
True.
It really wouldn't be that dramatic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was about 17 players, and I'm only keeping 4. Yeah, about 4 out of that.
And you're right too, because I'm telling you right now, man, 2-14 means we had some issues, and it starts right from the top of the roster to the bottom. Ain't nobody, because like you pointed out 3 guys, and I tell you what, I want to see Mr. Robinson. What's the name? The Canadian player, the 6'3" wide receiver, just because it's intriguing because he's 6'3". Mr. Rogers. I do want to see what he looks like. We know that Curly can be clutch. Who's that third player you just mentioned? Oh, Mr. Phil Dawson. There is nobody more clutch than Phil Dawson. So you're right. Those 3 people we can depend on. For sure, they're going to be themselves each and every Sunday. There's not going to be a different change. There's not going to be any inconsistencies. They are going to be solid. And that's what we're looking for. Give me a guy that comes out there and looks the same every week. Not up this week, terrible next week, so-so the next week. That gets real tired real fast. And that loses games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I got Drone as the 3rd down back, Hodges as the backup in case, Armstrong or Bowman, something happens to them. And Curly, obviously, we know he's in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
But real quick, if you got like a minute, I'll run through my draft scenario real quick. I got 3 different scenarios, whether we're staying at 2, trading with the Jets, or the Titans. I'll run through them really quick, Ron.
Okay, go right in.
So the only reason I got us staying at number 2, or the only reason I got us picking Myles Garrett is if he falls to number 2. So that's the only reason why I got us picking him at number 2. If he drops to number 2, then we'll stay at number 2 and pick him up. Now, for any other reason where we trade with the Jets and we got the number 6 pick first, I want Corey Davis number 1. And I know people, they got him going later in the rounds and everything, but I think it was Jack that brought it up a while back too. That dude is like Terrell Owens. That dude is way more dynamic than Mike Williams. He catches the ball anywhere on the field and take it to the house. Okay, and then with the number 34 pick with the Jets, I got us picking up T.J. Watt to solve that pass rushing problem. And in the in the 39th pick in the second round, I got us picking up Mahomes or Kaya. And then with the Titans, with the number 5, I got us getting Reuben Foster, number 15, Corey Davis, and number 34, the same thing, Mahomes or Kaya. And in the 4th round,
wait.
To the 4th round.
One question.
Marlon Mack, running back, 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons, 7.1 yards per carry, 15 touchdowns, 28 receptions with 227 yards. Dude is a beast. 4th round, he'll be there. Marlon Mack.
You said Foster would be available in what round?
I had us picking up Foster at number 5 if we traded back with the Titans.
Oh, I see, in the first round. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now I like that. In fact, you see what? We got a program coming up in the next few weeks. We'll get a more detailed draft and free agent thing coming up for you. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Let me
All
go.
right, everybody.
All right. Let's go to AJ. And AJ, go ahead, man.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Oh, worried, man. I'm so worried. And everybody else is worried about whether or not Kyle Shanahan's going to sign the dotted line. I'm still trying to figure out who's going to be the quarterback, who's going to be the offensive coordinator, the DC. I'm trying not to think about who's going to be the DC because that's going to make me go crazy. So, as good as we got it, there's some holes that are scary. So I don't know. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking, man, everybody talking about Shanahan again. I get it. Great offensive coordinator. Head coach is a different position. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I don't know if he can lead the team like that as a head coach. I'm hoping that's the case, but he got to prove that. Like I said, I ain't never seen nothing that got my eye to make him say, yeah, he's a great head coach and he would be a great stud and all that. But it's going to take a lot, man, for him to do that. You know what I mean? He's going to step out a lot of his comfort zone. He don't look like he has that part to gel. I'm hoping. He has to prove it really early, I guess, when he start picking the great players that he needs to make that happen. Because if he don't get those great players that he needs to make that happen, man, Kyle Shanahan, I don't know. I really don't.
Who would you rather have as a coach, AJ?
Man.
Who would you rather have?
Who would I rather have? As a head coach?
Yeah.
I wanted that one guy for head coach, the one that L.A. Rams got, or L.A. Chargers now.
Oh, you mean Lynn? Okay, but Lynn's
yeah.
but Lynn's same situation. He's never been a head coach.
Yeah, but he got that mojo. He got that mojo.
Oh, explain to me. Give me an idea. What is your mojo? Because versus Kyle Shanahan, because we've not seen either one of them in a full capacity head coaching job. What is it that you're seeing in Lynn that shines over Shanahan?
Well, in the press conference, he kind of hit it in the ballpark for me when he was explaining himself about why he's excited and what makes him, eager to do and get ready. He has that hit the ground running approach as a head coach. He's been tutored and has that maturation from I believe some of the great as far as the people he's been underneath. So he's been going through the ranks, and he just feel like he just has certain qualities, that it quality. And I was like, damn, how did he get away? So, in my opinion, humble opinion, I like Kyle Shanahan. He like he can shred some defenses as far as doing things, as far as the offensive coordinator and doing that, making great calls and all that. I just don't know about that head coaches. That's just a different level.
Yeah, but you do realize his father is one of the greatest head coaches of all time. I got
That's his father, though. That's his father.
Well, the thing is, though, you're around that element since you're a little boy. It might rub off on you. You know how they say the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree? So you got to figure DNA and pedigree is probably, in this case, it may lean toward Kyle, maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. That's a hit and miss when it comes down to. That's like saying Isaiah Thomas, basketball player, and his son playing, or even Michael Jordan's kid. I mean,
no. But I'm just going from the notes you compared. You said you like Lynn because of how he handled his press conference and this and that. But I say if we're going to go that route, then you can also, if you're going to put points on the board in that fashion, I need to know if Lynn's ever handled any more than Kyle has. You know, as far as a head coach, has he had to run an entire team by himself or an interim coach or anything like that? So then it becomes a comparison. Because actually, if you look at McDaniels is probably ahead of all of them just because he's already been through a head coaching job and failed. And failing always is a good teacher. So I don't know. Maybe we losing McDaniels might have been the worst thing that happened to this team.
Yeah, and I think McDaniels is the same age as Lynn. I think Kyle Shanahan is one of the youngest ones. So I think some of the age difference too.
Could be.
Of Lynn and McDaniels and Kyle Shanahan. He's kind of young. I mean, it's going to be great to have some lunch.
It's not as bad as McVay
in there, but again, you got to teach them grown men how to do certain things and being able to overcome different adversities when they're having problems with certain things. How he gonna do that?
It's been a lot of years. He's been in the league for how many years now? He's close to 10 years. So he's had to learn something by then. Because when you look at Sean McVay over in Los Angeles, now that to me is mind-boggling. 30 years old.
Sean McVay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 30 years old. He's been in the league, I understand, since he was like 22 or something like that or less. And, maybe he's picked up some things. I just don't want maturity. I just wonder how's that work as far as leading men, which is the point you're trying to make, I think, right now is he a leader of men? Are any of these guys leader of men? So that's
right.
Yeah.
That's my bottom line, bro.
Could.
I just don't see it anyway. That's just my humble opinion. That's why I was like, man, he's going to leave that Atlanta. Great. I love it. He has great skills as far as picking calls and making plays and making people, not really know what he's going to do next. But that's because he got so many weapons as well. If he's limited in weapons, what are you going to do then?
Yeah, here's the thing: if you were his player, he just came. Here's a guy that just won a Super Bowl. When he walks in a room, you don't think that room's going to get quiet? I mean, we're talking mad respect.
It's get quiet.
Yeah, we're talking mad respect. That's why he's going to get listened to. If he wins the Super Bowl, we will be in like Flynn. Because if people walk, as they say, he walks in a room, everybody wants to know, oh, shit, what is this dude talking about? I'm listening, And that's going to get more respect than a lot of coaches around the league that are twice his age. So I'm hoping that happens. He needs to win the Super Bowl, though. Even if he doesn't, I think he's got to get that respect anyway now. Because when you score 40 points on the Hawks and you score 40 points on the Green Bay Packers, and it was because of your orchestration, people want to listen to you then.
Hawks was on a decline, though. You know that. Hawks was on a decline. They wasn't as good as they used to be. Now,
how about Green Bay?
2013 and 2014 region, if he was able to do that, replicate that against them then when they was really hot, that's something different.
Julio would have beat their ass worse than that. Because Julio was younger.
Oh, Julio would have beat them.
Yeah, Julio was younger and his toe wasn't hurting. See, I'm still impressed with that. Julio can't be stopped right now, though. So, yeah. Anyway, hey, AJ, let me see what Nighthawk's talking about here. Nighthawk.
No doubt, man.
All right.
What's up, Rambo?
Yeah, Nighthawk. You, man. What's going on?
Yeah, but I think Eric Berry. You know about him?
Yeah, of course. Kansas City, cornerback.
Yeah, but
free agent.
Yeah, but I think they said that when I should get him if he comes out.
He'll be tagged. He'll be franchise tagged.
He's gonna stay over there.
Kansas City is not gonna. They're gonna either give him what he wants or they're gonna tag him.
Oh yeah, they're gonna tag him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who they might not. They can't keep Donatari Poe and Barry both though. If they both don't agree with their deals, one of them's going to get tagged, and the other one's going to walk away mad. So, and that's probably not going to be Barry. So,
but I guess what Trent sold his house.
Yeah. Did he sell it? I know it's up for sale. It's sold.
It's up to it's up for sale. Yeah, it's up for sale.
Yeah, he wants $3 million. Yeah, I know. So yeah, he's not coming back next year. we already know that anyway.
Yeah, but like I said, Washington. I think Browns might be picking up that quarterback. Washington. He's a good quarterback, but
I'm ready to bet money on it.
Browns pick, but I think Browns might pick him up.
Yeah, I agree. In the first round, they pick up they pick up Watson, and they hope that they can slide on through the draft with that number 12 pick, and they're gonna go for Williams. I got it. I know what they're doing. I know it. So, yeah.
But like I said, I mean, I think we should get the other guy. If they get Washington, we can get the what's his name?
Are you talking about quarterbacks? You talking about quarterbacks?
Yeah, the quarterback.
Yeah, if you're gonna go quarterback in the second round, it's gonna be either Deshaun Kaiser or it's gonna be Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing a lot of things about Trubisky though, with the 49ers.
Hey, tell you what, there's something really funny about Trubisky. I understand that somebody believes there's been some lies told about Trubisky's height. We're gonna find out about that in the combine. They're gonna measure his height and they're gonna post it. They're not gonna lie. If Mitch is less than 6'3", that's gonna be a known thing. Short quarterbacks are not popular. Yeah. So
the Pro Bowl's tonight.
Yeah, I know, but the Pro Bowl's not gonna be serious. Those millionaires gonna be running around out there playing flag football, and nobody's gonna touch anybody too hard. Because we're a bunch of millionaires. We don't hurt me, man. I gotta be ready for the regular season, and tackle him gently, and it's just a bunch of bullshit. I don't even like to watch it now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch it too. I don't watch the Pro Bowl.
I haven't watched a Pro Bowl for a while now.
Yeah,
they changed all the damn rules, man.
It's silly.
It's two-hand touch is not me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Two-hand touch.
Yeah, but they don't tackle no more. They stopped tackling. The tackle stuff is gone now.
Yeah. And if you do tackle, you probably get fined. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nighthawk, what else you got, Nighthawk?
That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
All right. Let me go back to Tito. Tito, I want to ask you, this whole idea of your coach picking out his GM, is that a problem for some of these guys? I mean, we lost Green Bay. I don't really care about Paton leaving because Paton doesn't strike me as all that good. I just don't understand. And we're lucky that we did lose Terry McDonough. So, are we ever going to get a GM?
I think is the big thing between the Green Bay stuff is the words out. They were saying that they came out of saying the guys from Green Bay were saying that they was never in it. They like the guys from Arizona, the guy from Minnesota. Now the third mystery guy came out of nowhere, which is Kyle's friend for a long time. So we might be picking between those three, and they're talking about maybe this week they're going to be naming the new GM. I would like one of the two guys from Arizona or Minnesota.
Who from Arizona?
I think I prefer the guy from Arizona, which is a defensive GM. He made that defense good.
Oh yeah.
But he also works good. I mean, they get along with Kyle. I mean, I like that better. Two different kind of backgrounds, offense and defense, but still combined to work together. I mean, that was the big story between the NFL Network, ESPN, the Web Zone. I mean, I really followed this. I'm an extremely diehard Niner fan. I mean, I follow it from little things like that. I check a whole bunch of sites before I even mention any damn thing. But I'm hoping it's the guy from Arizona because I think
wait, Tito,
you're talking about for
DC?
I think it could work.
Are you talking about DC or GM?
The GM.
Terry McDonough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tito. Tito,
go ahead.
Yeah, he's the guy they were talking about that is bad news. And the Cards are trying to get him out of the organization. And I think
the main, if they're trying to let him get out, but you also got to realize he's a good friend. He's really cool with Kyle Shanahan.
Mark?
Now, if you got two guys that really they can communicate, can talk, I'm happy for it.
McDonough.
But if that doesn't work out,
Okay.
if that doesn't work out, you know what? I go to the third GM, the third guy, the mystery guy. I
That's
forget his name.
Mark Dominic.
Yeah. He's now him and Kyle been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been talking for a long time. So whatever works, great. I just want to see everything new. Jed the dork, stay the fuck out. Let them run the damn team, the way it should.
Yeah.
Let's get the defense going, the offense going, and everything starts. People saying everything starts with the second pick.
Yeah.
No, my friend, everything starts with the first pick.
Yeah.
If the Browns make the biggest mistake getting the quarterback,
they're gonna do it. I'm telling you, Tito, they're gonna do it.
If they do it, I'm happy because then we get that boy, that big boy. That's the only way we can get him. We get him, I'm happy. If the Browns get him, then maybe we could do trade down a little bit, get some more picks. Because that'd be okay with me too.
I tell you what, if we could just get Myles Garrett with that second pick, then you have a choice of quarterbacks.
I've been jumping higher than you when you boy got drafted last year.
You're gonna be jumping pretty high, man, because I'm telling you.
This is for you, baby.
Buckner was my biggest joy in the last 3 seasons, man. I ain't lying, that big mule, man. And next year, everybody's gonna be jumping. Buckner's a bad man. Dude, next year that man is gonna have grown man strength. He's got a year in the league already. He ain't got to play all day long like he did last year. Oh, man.
Hey, remember when people were saying that'd be a mistake if we draft him?
Yeah.
I said, you're crazy. He is good. I checked him. Me and you was like going crazy. I was like Miles Jack, but then wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah.
Rambo's right. This guy's big stud.
Yeah.
Man, I was happy as hell.
The thing about Bosa, though, now in hindsight, though, Bosa's also a maniac. So it was Bosa and Buckner. Those are your two top picks as they're showing right now. Because Jacksonville picked up that cornerback, and of course Miles Jack is okay, but he ain't making nobody crazy. Jalen over in Texas is going to be a big thing. Coming up, the Cowboys got what's his last name? Is his last name Strong? Smith? Jalen Smith. I understand he is looking healthy as can be. Look what the Cowboys did. That's the try. Yeah. You know what? That's the hat trick. They picked up Dak Prescott, Zeke, and Smith. God damn.
But you gotta also remember, man. The Cowboys got one hell of an offensive line.
Oh, on top of everything else. That's what I'm talking about.
That's crazy. If we had a solid offensive line like that, they could open holes for us everywhere. Now, but me, like I said, I will keep the second pick if only our boys just jump to our left. If the Browns make a mistake, get him, then I say, let's trade down to maybe the fifth pick. Trade down, get an extra second pick, a couple of more picks. I'll be happy with that because then we do a little combo. Move the second pick to the first pick, back to the first round, and get us something up there. Because there's still some really good defensive players still there.
Oh, Jonathan Allen. They call him unblockable. What does that mean? That means even the Dallas Cowboys would say, oh, hell no. Let him go. Just let him through, man, before somebody gets hurt.
Shit. I'd be a happy man. Like I said, everything in reality, everything goes on the freaking first pick.
Yeah.
If the Browns get the quarterback, great. Then we get our boy. Then I'm praying to God somebody fuck up the Browns and someone else get their wide receiver.
Tito?
Because to me, it's a big thing, though.
Yeah, I know. It'll be. Tito, I'm going to say goodbye to you, man, because I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. One more shot, and we're going to say goodnight.
Oh, you
Tito.
guys take it easy, and let's go Niners, baby.
Yeah. Have a great evening, Tito.
Brother.
All right. Who's going to – let's go to March Money.
What's up, Ronbo?
Yeah, March Money. Just sitting there contemplating what's going to happen next. We got to wait till next weekend after the Super Bowl before we can even start talking about real serious stuff, but it's fun thinking about what we're going to do. So what are you thinking?
Of course, we're gonna get Shanahan. One of those GMs. I'm not sure.
Nobody
They
is.
added the guy from the Buccaneers, Mike Dominic. I think that's his name. Or something like that.
His name is Mark Dominic.
I think we might go with him.
They have no choice.
It's kind of. What do you say, Ronbo?
May have no choice.
Yeah, they really don't have no choice. But I mean, the Kyle Shanahan, he's not really choosing. That's up to Jet York. I don't know what he's going to do. But as far as talent, as far as his team, I think what we have to do is probably sign somebody like Tremaine Johnson. I know it's been a debate at quarterback. Should we let Kaepernick go? Should we keep him? I think personally we should let him go. Kyle Shanahan, it's kind of hard because he has to choose from getting the guy that he wanted while he was with the Browns or keeping somebody that's been with the 49ers for a long time that's not good now but was good. And they just said a couple of hours ago that he might be getting his QB coach from the Falcons. So
Matt
I don't know how that's going to work out.
Yep.
But yeah, what I would do, what I think is going to happen, I think that they're going to get Kirk Cousins.
Everybody.
I will also get Tremaine Johnson.
Yeah.
What else? I'll probably get his
starting to believe
receiver, Garcon, excuse me. And in
Garcon.
the draft, I'll probably
Hey,
get,
Mark Twenty. You got to say it with the right accent. It's Garcon.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to pronounce his name. My bad. But in the draft, I'll probably get a defensive player, just to kind of get us going. I wouldn't go crazy in free agency and spend all that money. I would wait until we get good. But, I would just get them because, they have a marriage together. They both played. And, Kirk Cousins, 25 touchdowns, almost 5,000 yards. The thing is there, they franchise tag him. That's going to be $24 million. I don't know if they want to pay that much.
And
we on the other hand,
March
we have
it gets
that much
worse.
money.
It gets worse than that. And
Yeah.
2 first-round draft picks. You got to pay him and give him 2 first-round draft picks. Ain't no way.
Yeah,
if they do
Nobody's
that,
gonna do that.
Yeah, he'll be on their team next year. If they franchise tag, it's done.
Yeah, I just like that. We're in this situation. I actually like that we're in this situation. I know a couple of 49ers fans like, oh my God, look at Jet York, this, Jet York, that. But Kyle Shanahan, we're gonna be good. The GM, it depends on the GM, but it also depends on who we're gonna get in free agency. But me personally, I would get those guys because they have a marriage, and then I will also get Tremaine Johnson. Get those 3 guys, and I think we'll have a decent season, not the best, but
not the first year.
a decent season. Maybe like I don't know, back to 5-11, something like that.
Oh, that's not a decent season, March Money. I gotta have at least 7
I'll
wins.
say that's a decent season from what we've had.
Well, 4 wins is a decent season from what we've had.
Because it's not like we're gonna go from
0 to 60. I know. Hey, but listen, March Money. Here's the thing, though. I think Jimmy Tom Sula is not the greatest head coach in the world. Can't we please at least do as well as Jimmy Tom Sula? I mean, I can't get 6 wins?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying
okay.
that if we get those guys, that we can possibly go back to 5-11 or 6-10 maybe.
Hey! They go to 5 again.
Yeah.
March.
And plus, we do kind of have like a upper hand on Tremaine Johnson, the cornerback from the Rams, because he's a family guy. He likes to be close to his family. And he loved when the Rams came out here to L.A. And he's from Stockton, so we're even closer than the Rams. So that'd be perfect. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but me personally, I love Tremaine Johnson. He shut down Doug Baldwin, excuse me, and the Seahawks receivers. So I would love to have him.
I don't know, but is he a free agent now? What makes you think the Rams would let a guy that talented get away? Because the Rams got a lot of problems with talent right now. Realistically, I'm saying though
something about what do you say?
Realistically, if I'm the Rams, why would I let Tremaine get away though?
They said that they were going to sign somebody. That they were going to let Tremaine Johnson and Britt go to sign somebody. I forgot who it was.
They're going to let Kenny Britt go as well?
Yeah, they said that they were going to let Kenny Britt and Tremaine Johnson. It was some quarterback. I don't know. It was something like that, but I had to read up on it. I forgot.
It's interesting because I can't. Because if I'm the Rams, anybody of quality is not going anywhere. So yeah, all right. Because I mean, they need receivers really bad. And Kenny Britt, if anything, Kenny Britt should be gold because that was one of their best receivers last year. He just needs some help out there. So I don't know what they're going to do with Jared Goff unless they're going to make him sit down for another season and let Case Keenum get some lumps again for another year. That's really going to be interesting. But, you never know. Sean McVay may say, listen, I want you to hold this clipboard, and I want you to stand here and you watch this entire season. You're going to be one of the most brilliant guys in the world because you're starting next season. But right now, you stand and you watch because he looked terrible last year. And Richard Sherman almost killed him. And that was bad. And that was, all he had to do was he made a mistake. That's why Sherman got to kill him, So he's not ready for the NFL.
Who are you going for in the Super Bowl?
Well, Atlanta.
First, what do you think is going to happen?
Atlanta, because everybody thinks I'm going for Atlanta. Because here's the thing, and I'll tell you why. Because everybody says Belichick will take away your best weapon, and then I laughed. Oh, where's he going to start? And where's he going to finish? You can take Julio away from him. Garcon's going to hurt him. I mean, I'm sorry, Garcon, not Garcon. You got me saying Garcon now. They got the other. Sanu. Sanu is going to be Sanu can kill you. Okay, you're going to take Freeman? How about Coleman? He has weapons all over the field, So I'm laughing at that. Go ahead, Bill. Take the best weapon. And they don't have a person on that team who can actually stop Julio. So I say...
Yeah, they really don't.
They don't.
I think that it might...
Go ahead.
What do you say?
No, I'm saying because at the end of the game, they say it may be a high-scoring game. If they get into a shooting contest with the Falcons, they will lose. I'm saying that right now. They will lose.
I mean, it's kind of hard. I'm leaning towards the Falcons, but it's just kind of hard. I don't know. They blew out the Seahawks. They really blew out the Packers.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm trying to think of the score. It's going to be like, if it is a high scoring game, I'm thinking maybe 32 to oh my God,
27
32 to 24 maybe. I don't know.
No, you know what? Their defense is not going to stop Brady. But what the thing is, if Beasley starts chewing on Brady's butt, that means Brady becomes immediately ineffective. That's the way it works with Tom. You start pressuring him, just like any other quarterback. He starts missing he can't get his reads. His people aren't getting open fast enough. He becomes meat. If you stop Brady, you stop. And I know they're already thinking about that. Dan Quinn's got a plan, I'm sure. Get to Brady, we win this game with a certain amount of ease because they've got nothing they can do to stop us offensively. Get Brady. And they're going to say, we're going to take a page out of Belichick's book. We're going to take away their best weapon. We're going after Tom. Watch what happens then.
Oh, and here's another question. I've been watching SportsCenter, and they've been talking about, hey, Tom Brady might win this Super Bowl, and if he does, he'll be the greatest quarterback ever. He'll be better than Joe Montana. Do you personally believe that?
I really don't want to hear it, and that's what's making me so mad. Dude, I don't want to hear Patriot fans telling me about how great Brady is in a world where the referees are making sure that you don't get hurt. Tom has never experienced the pain that Joe Montana has and getting hit after the ball has already been thrown with no flags. He has no idea, I mean, when you think about Spygate, the Tuck Rule, his kicker Vinatieri, also Deflategate, Tom has won maybe one Super Bowl on his own shoulders. Joe won all 4 of his Super Bowls, and he had to come from behind to win one in a less than 2-minute drill. So
and that's one of those things I hate. I hate when people say, "Oh, this guy's gonna be better than this guy," and it's like you hear this all the time. You hear this with Tom Brady, Joe Montana, and LeBron and Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan never lost in the finals, and it was harder than it is now.
And the defense they played back then, yeah. Shoot, the Detroit Pistons alone. LeBron, you know how he cries every time somebody touch him? LeBron would have been crying all game long, man. The way them dudes beat your ass. Even Boston, back when they was beating people up coming down. You drive that ball through the middle, shoot, you could get hurt. So, I don't want to hear about Braun either. Don't get me started.
So, what you think the 49ers are going to do
next
in
season?
These, next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I know. Well, man, there's gonna be some house cleaning. They got to get the GM and settled in, and you know what? I where to start with the 49ers? And what would you do, Mike's Money, if you walk in at your first day in the office? I'm taking over.
You talking about personnel?
Is that where you're gonna start? You can start with the personnel.
I'm gonna go over the personnel.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually want to be a businessman in real life. When I get older.
Sure.
One day I want to own my own business.
All right.
But anyway, I would kind of gut out everybody. I would start from the highest going down, and I wouldn't just piece people together. I would ask my head coach who would he want, so he can feel comfortable. I do like the guy. It's a Chinese guy. He is oh my God, what is he? I think he's an assistant head coach for the Seahawks. He taught Cam Chandler. He taught Bobby Wagner. He taught Bruce Irvin. He taught all of them how to hit properly.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know his name. I'm horrible with names, but if I can see him, I'll tell you. But
anyway, you want to get somebody to teach people how to tackle? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Montre, you know what?
I will start with.
Go ahead.
What you say?
No, I just said we got to wrap it up. I just realized we've been talking a long time here. Let's let somebody else in. Go ahead. Finish that thought, though.
Yeah, I was just, I just signed head coach, go down, and I would just give him the team. I wouldn't, really want to be in charge of the team. I would just let him be the team, kind of like what they do at kind of like what the Patriots do. I would kind of give him the team,
and
not fully,
it's
but
all up to you. Yeah.
He has more of a say, because he's the one. At the end of the day, he's the one on the field. He's on the one at the practices teaching them himself. Me, I'm just in my office, controlling the team. So I would just give the team pretty much to him.
All right. Martha, let me stop you right there. And yeah, because I got it. You step back out of the way, let the guys who are running the team run it. All right. Let me get to Tyler and March Money. Let me say goodbye to you and March Money because we're getting ready to roll it out of here. So I'll say goodbye to you and see you on either Red and Gold Radio or next week. Okay.
All right. See you later.
All right, man. Tyler. Boy,
What's up, man?
Yeah, Tyler. Did you answer my quiz question for you?
About on your picture?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyler, who did I say was going to pick up? Who did I say was going to pick up
Deshaun?
Deshaun?
You said it was like the way you said it. I thought you were talking about like he wanted Watson. I was like, wait a minute. I thought you said you hated Watson.
No. My first line was look for Cleveland to pick up Deshaun Watson, and then we'll have our choice.
If they get him, I was like, you made it sound like if they get him, we're out of luck.
No. I said if they take Deshaun Watson, we got our pick of everything we want, and that is not Deshaun Watson. Well, you know what?
But
Some 49er fans do want Deshaun Watson. I don't have anything against. If you want Deshaun Watson, 49er fan, if you want Deshaun Watson, you go ahead and you want him. I'm just saying I don't want him. So that's okay. It's my, But go ahead.
I want any quarterback in the draft.
Yeah.
I want either Mitch Trubisky or Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah.
One of those guys.
Yeah.
I think we can get Kaiser in the second round, so I'm not really concerned about that.
And maybe even Trubisky, because some of these guys are being rated high. They may not make it as high as the ratings, because this year bad things are being said about this quarterback class. Really bad. It's just that we're all trash. I mean, if you're within the first 5 picks, you don't want to pick a quarterback. Whoa. That is a vicious shot. If I'm a quarterback in this year's class, say, hey, You know?
Mitch
So-
Trubisky's probably like, have you met me?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. No respect at all for none of his quarterbacks. And if I'm Watson, hey, man, you ever played against Alabama's defense? You don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm lucky to be alive. You know, so.
Yeah, but Deshaun Watson, he's overrated. I mean, all he does is lob it up, and Mike Williams doesn't get it. So.
And he's using a lot of his athleticism. But you know what? I do agree that Alabama's defense is the closest thing to a pro set. So I give him a little credit, but I still don't like his accuracy. I don't like him tucking and running before he does anything else. I've gotten to the point now, don't give me a quarterback that runs first. If he doesn't go through his motions and reads and finds out, because that's why I like Dak Prescott. Prescott makes sure.
Quarterback.
Could Prescott make sure that everybody is okay? Everybody covered. Okay, now I'll go. But I'm looking around to find these guys first, and I'm not going to panic in the pocket.
I just don't see the Browns picking up the quarterback because
they need
all the mock drafts. I mean, I keep seeing all these mock drafts. I really believe. I truly believe that we can get Kaiser in the second round because all these mock drafts, he's not on the first round ballot.
I noticed that too.
You know, get whatever we want first round till big need, and then go after Kaiser in the second round because he's still a good quarterback. You still try to pick up one of these free agents. So try to get Rivers. You know it's not going to happen. Well, I think it could happen, but he said it's not going to happen. So
I've already told you my offer on that, so I'm looking forward to it. I've already got a dress ordered.
Try to pick up one of these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Free agency.
All right.
And then try to go after Kaiser the second round, just to be safe.
Yeah. Well, maybe okay. I mean, it's not a risk in the second or third round. I mean, you can't call it a real big risk.
The team, people say we're in rebuild mode. Last time I checked, when you're only missing 2 or 3 positions, it is not rebuild.
Well, okay, they're looking at the level of quality. I mean, the talent level that is on this team. They're
looking at the age and the names.
Well, no, there's not that many old guys on this team. They're all young guys that are unproven, and there's only a few veterans. And a lot of these guys haven't gotten.
But Bethea is not a good role model. Neither is Brock. They're both awful, and they need to be off the team.
Well, and they might be. They've got to first be told. But I mean, you look at the overall talent of the 49ers, it's just not that steep. And we've got guys that are good and not bad, but there's no real huge playmakers. We got something that potentially could be. I mean, when you look at Robinson, when you look at Ward, and even though Ward's got a lot of enemies too, but these guys do have playmaker potential. That's the thing. You look at our offensive line. When you look at Garnett and also the big man on the
offensive line is gonna be great.
Yeah, the offensive line is not gonna need a lot of work. But how about your wide receivers, Tyler? See, there's where we're aching, really painfully aching. We got Curley. After that, who do we have? Torrey Smith needs a quarterback.
No, it's like, we got Curley, and then you hear the dead silence.
Yeah, see?
Crickets.
Yeah.
Like, we got nobody else.
Yeah. See,
that's McDonald. He's a tight end.
Yeah, and Vance is a tight end. So that's what I'm saying. You got to get some wide outs. I mean, we got to have a flanker, man. We got the slot covered. But let's get some guys to take the pressure off the interior route runners and the tight end. And that's.
See, I like Garrett Selleck, but he needs to he's a solid backup, and you can run a double tight end formation.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do that, you got to make sure the guy's not gonna drop the ball when they're wide open.
And that's why I checked him off the list too. Garrett's got. I want to see an athletic. If you're gonna keep Vance McDonald, which I definitely have no problem with, get a real athletic tight end on the other side of him. You give a yin and yang situation.
I don't know who that'd be though, because we're not drafting one.
Well, they might have to if there's one available, or if there's anybody left in free agency for that. But otherwise, yeah, that's all you can do. So.
Yeah, because wide receivers. At first, I saw this thing that said the Broncos are going to be heavily investing in their offense in the free agency, and I was like, oh no. And then I was like, wait a minute, they're solid at wide receiver. They just need a tight end and an O-line.
Well, when they say offense, you don't know exactly what they're talking about. I can't imagine. Why would they have to invest heavily in their offensive line? I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense.
They need a couple pieces on their O-line, a QB, maybe a QB actually. If they get some protection, should be fine. But they definitely need a tight end. I could see them going after tight end first round.
They've got Lynch as their quarterback. supposedly, and I don't know what they're going to do about their first year. Well, okay, that's neither here nor there.
He's good. I saw potential in the first few games of the season.
Yeah.
And I think he's playing good the rest of the season, but the team needs offense. I mean, they need real help on offense, but Paxton Lynch is not the way to go. I saw him in preseason, and I saw him in a game against Atlanta. All he does is throw 2-yard passes. You're not going to get anywhere with Paxton Lynch, and he's Simeon. Simeon is a good quarterback. He reminds me kind of Osweiler, except he's a lot better.
It's another one of your faves. I know. I didn't mean to laugh. Anyway,
don't hate on him. Don't even start.
I like Osweiler. I find him. You know why I like Osweiler, Tyler? Because Osweiler got paid grand theft dough, and he is not worth it. He's probably sitting at home laughing, and
That's the Texans' fault for paying him so much money.
Well,
the same thing happened to him and what happened to Kaepernick. They overpaid him, and then he declined.
Immediately. Kaepernick at least waited. Osweiler declined immediately as soon as he got on the field. Osweiler is the best bank job in a long time. What's it? 90? What did he get? What's his salary?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
A lot.
Yeah. Anyway, Tyler, you know what? I'm going to say. I guess we're running overtime here.
4 years, $72 million.
Is that right?
I'll take half that salary.
Go Brock! Go Brock! Go Brock! I'm impressed with that. You know what? Anytime you can get paid and not have to do any work, you are living the American dream.
I would not say that. The Texans do a 97 record, so I don't want to hear it.
Tyler, gotta go. We're getting ready to close shop here. Let me see you on Red Gold. And we'll be back to that new show next weekend. I'm sorry about this yesterday. I needed to apologize after the beginning. Okay. Good night, Tyler. All right. Let me go to area code your 410 in Severna Park, Maryland. Hello.
Yeah, 410. I'm Ronbo. What's up?
Hey. It's Frankie. Frank, what's up, man?
Yeah, don't sound too excited. How you doing, Ronbo?
I'm telling you, I'm excited now because we're not 2-14 or anything. You know, Frank, this is like my favorite time of the year because I'm not suffering any pain from defeat or anything like that. Looking forward to the future. So yeah.
Wait, I pressed something in my.
Hey, I'm on a Wi-Fi phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, listen, I don't want to take up too much time. I know you're wrapping it up. I just want to say, never trust New York.
Wait, never trust a who?
Until the ink is signed.
Oh, yeah.
New York. Because until the ink is signed, until I see Shanahan shaking hands, you know what I mean, with Jed York at a podium of some fashion with the fucking red 949 fucking symbol on his hand, I don't believe nothing, Ronbo. I want to see things happen. But it looks good for us. It looks really good for us, you know what I mean, especially if the Falcons lose.
Yeah.
Remember that. We need the Falcons to lose the Super Bowl. You understand?
Yeah, no, I do. Because then he won't get too excited and say, I think I'll stay another year and see how long we can run this. No, that makes sense too, though. It does make sense.
Oh, how would you see it? How would you see it play out?
No, Dan Quinn left. Remember he left the Hawks a couple of years ago? They had just lost, and you make an interesting point because what if they would have won? Would Dan Quinn want to stay in Seattle? And let's face it, Seattle hasn't been the same since Dan Quinn left, right? So, although
have you heard personally any direct rumors out of the Shanahan camp that he's leaving Atlanta and coming to San Francisco?
No, him just running around with Jed like as if it's his team already. I'm assuming that's a strong sign, but yeah, you could be right.
What do you mean running around with Jed?
Well, him and Jed are running around interviewing people and they're hanging out. I got a feeling that Jed's like sleeping outside his front door of his hotel room, just to make sure nobody comes in and tries to talk about him. I mean, my imagination's going nuts.
So this, the Falcons are on a Super Bowl run, and their offensive coordinator is out frolicking around Jed York while they're preparing for a Super Bowl.
Yeah. And that's why I consider it a strong sign. Because, I mean, he could tell Jed, I'm busy, Jed.
Russ,
Yeah.
It's a strong sign for us. I have to disagree with the last caller. I mean, if this ain't a rebuild, then I don't know what the fuck it is. I think we redefined the word rebuild. This is reconstruction, deconstruction, decomposure. This is a new beginning. This is starting over from scratch. We don't even know what the fuck quarterback's going to be. This ain't a rebuild. We have an injury-prone running back, a quarterback that's fucking, on a political hunt. We got wide receivers that are fucking nobodies. We have a tight end, Mac. How far he's going to get us. We do have, we've improved in the offensive line position. Our defense, fucking, besides Navarro Bowman coming off multiple surgeries.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in a bad fucking position. Guess what? We got a lot of money. We got a great head coach coming in. And the future's bright, bro. That's why I called tonight to tell you. The future is very bright. When I say the future, I mean the near future.
Yeah.
I see us competing as early as next year for a playoff position.
Whoa.
2 years, bro.
Beck, you're ahead of me on the curve. Even I wasn't expecting that. I was wishing.
Quarterback of the 49ers, Ronbo.
Yeah. And Frank, who you got in mind? I mean, who's going to do that, man? I mean, that's the thing that worries me. Who's going to throw the ball?
Shanahan can make Kaepernick into you and I and the whole fucking empire.
Frank, I lost you. Frank, I lost you then, Frank. Try again. Wherever you were before was perfect. The loudness was everything.
Okay, my bad. No, what I said Shanahan can make Kaepernick the quarterback that we always wanted him to be. Shanahan is, if not a better coach, fuck Jim Harbaugh. He turned his back on us. Whether he got fired, I don't give a fuck what the story was. He left 8-8, and we lost to a rookie Derek Carr in the black hole under his tutelage. So I don't give two fucks, bro. See ya. You know what I'm saying? Who got it better than us, Jim? You left us a shambles. You drafted Kaepernick, and then you left before you raised him. You left us a premature Kaepernick to die slow to Tom Sula and Chip Kelly. Fuck you all. So, hey, bring in Shanahan. Ronbo, think about this. If you're a Falcon fan, you got to be head fucked right now. Your coach, your offensive coordinator was frolicking with Jed York.
Frankie, you got my boot, man.
Hey, the 49er way. Fucking Eddie D all the way up the line. It's back to mob shit, Ronbo. We're taking over the league. We're buying everybody. Fuck the salary cap. You know what they did? They made the salary cap. And what we do? We fucking stack $100 million and we just slap you upside the head.
Agreed.
We're coming.
Tell you. And Frank, I like that part about we will be in the playoffs next year. If that happens, Frank, I may do, and not only will I do a show in drag, I may do one butt naked. I mean, this is the kind of thing that gets us way overexcited, man. Frank, let me get ready.
Don't ever say those words again.
It was way.
If you did that, everybody will. It'll be true. We are the greatest team ever. So please don't do that.
Frankie,
fucking money.
I gotta close shop.
Hey, Ronbo, look.
Yeah.
Man, you're the best. We're the best fucking fan base in the world. You know what I mean? So it don't matter. 2-14 don't mean shit. These folks don't realize. We have 5 Super Bowls in fucking dynasty. I got so many Joe Montana. I got so much Joe Montana shit in my life. All I have to do is turn around. He's right there. I feel better again. So you could all blow me, Ronbo. We're going to go 49er to the end.
Yeah.
You have a great day, Ronbo. Empire, we're the best. So fuck them. Any fan that tries to talk to you, laugh at them. Say Joe Montana, and look at their face. They don't know what to do. They're fucking confused. They're fucking, they're all quiet. Yeah. Tom Brady. When Tom Brady was a little boy, he used to worship a guy named Joe Montana. He had him on his wall and his football card and his bed sheet. He'll never be better, you patriot fucks. Have a nice day.
You too, Frankie.
Hey, John Lynch is the new GM. John Lynch.
What?
John Lynch is the new GM.
Who is John Lynch?
Strong safety for the Denver Broncos, number 47.
He's the GM?
Yep.
What, did that just come out over the wire?
Yep.
Wow. Hey, is Trent? Is he going on live now to make the announcement?
Adam Scheffler reported it.
Oh, okay, so Jed hasn't set up a press conference yet.
Nope. Check it out, man. We got a GM. Oh, we got a GM. Yes.
Hey, you know what that means, Tobey? That must mean that they get along real well together. Something must have clicked. So there you go. I've never heard of John Lynch. I thought it was going to be.
We got a damn GM, man.
I thought it was going to be Dominic. Mark Dominic. It's going to be, what's his name? Lynch?
Yeah, John Lynch. He's a man. John Lynch played with Mike Allstott too.
Oh, this is interesting. Was he he worked for Fox News at one time too, or Fox Sports News?
I believe so. Yeah, him.
All right, I am. This is amazing stuff. All right, let's go. You know what that means? Now it's all we got to do is wait for the Super Bowl. They get in the car, drive to Santa Clara. Well, I guess they should get in the plane first. Get to Santa Clara and let's get busy. Hey, I guess Jed's going to make an announcement. I guess Jed will go ahead and make an announcement tomorrow. All right, we may have to have a show tomorrow. All right, Tobey, thank you for the heads up, man. Thank you, Tobey. I'm gonna go ahead and hang up now so I can go check this out. And let's and there you go. So we just got that breaking news in. His name was his name first name Tom? John. His name was John Lynch. You've got a GM 49er fam. Are you delighted? Are you ready? Are you ready to get ready for some serious football? We are now getting ready to get into a situation where we are not going to get our ass beat. There will be no more 2-14. And next season, when the Raider fans and the Hawks fans and the Rams fans better not say nothing because we will be able to hold up our head high like we wasn't anywhere and say, bitch, get out my face. It's all about the pride, fam. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let me see if Jed calls a conference. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll tell you that right now. We're going to be on top of that, all right? Meanwhile, Niners!